Hey, how you going? This is Paul from grooveaudio, and today we've got a special guest.
Patrick.
Patrick, thank you for coming.
No problem.
And how are you, Patrick?
Yeah, good today, yeah.
Weather Melbourne is not looking very...
it's good for inside doing
yeah,
this.
it's good for activities, what we're trying to do today. We are based in Melbourne, grooveaudio, and today we're going to do something a bit fun. It's this LHY Audio LPS-A6, so that stands for Linear Power Supply for A6. So this is the Eversolo A6 streamer unit. So this is a third-party component. I just want to say a few disclaimer here. This is being a third-party power supply upgrade for A6. So if you're going to do this, you avoid the warranty of this A6 because you are replacing the original parts with a third party. And another thing to be aware of is if you don't have any confidence in doing this, please do not try this at home. You should get a technician or electrician to do this for you because it's messing around with the power supply. So if you have no confidence, please do not do this. Please contact us. We'll recommend the right technician for you. Yeah. Alright, so let's get this going. So essentially what you're doing here, so I'm just going to put this in front. I'll explain why I put a box there. Not sure whether you can see this. So this is from BA Techniques, or they call it Big Techniques. And this is the power supply, the linear power supply. It's quite a beefy, heavy unit, as you can see. It has some weight to it. A very large heatsink, linear power supply, which does produce a little bit more heat compared to the original switch mode power supply. Yeah. So I'm just going to put this here. And in the box, it comes with a cable. This is the connecting cable for the linear power supply. Linear power supply to the motherboard. So we'll show you quickly how to do that. So there's no soldering required. All you need is a good set of screwdrivers. I was just checking with Patrick. Yep, that's
that
good.
That's yours.
So that's a 2mm Allen key. Yeah, hex.
Yep.
You can get this from JCar for $25. It's nothing fancy.
Always good to have everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Anything, because you always need a small screwdriver.
That's right, Patrick. You know the deal.
Yeah.
So and then a Phillips screwdriver, and this is what Patrick has. Is a bit more sophisticated.
Yeah.
It's
got torque. Yeah.
Yeah.
Allen. Everything.
That's right. Yeah. Patrick is into tools, so he has the best and the latest. All right. So Eversolo, this is the A6, which is the standard model, and then you have the Master Edition with the Gold badge, which is not this one. Both can take the LPS-A6 power supply upgrade if you want to. It's compatible for both. So essentially, what you need to do at the bottom of the unit. Right, if you flip at the back, there should be 7 screws. We have already removed them because otherwise the video is too long. We have removed them, right? And we kept 2 screws at the back. So there are about 6 screws at the back. We kept 2 so that you stay intact. So maybe Patrick, can I trouble you to?
We'll remove the last 2. And these screws, you always, when you drop them,
you
never find them again.
Especially if you have carpet of the same color. Yeah. So we haven't practiced that, so just please don't laugh at us if we make any mistakes.
Screws in a little container.
And put it on a very secure mat, like something like mine. So this is an anti-static mat. If you can see, you can buy them. If you don't have, don't be too panicky about it. So the reason why I put a box here, because when you slide open the chassis,
which is
alright, so when you slide to the front, make sure that you don't slide too far because there's a ribbon cable between the screen and the board. So just open the lid like that carefully because you don't want to damage any ribbon cable. So I'm going to change the camera angle a little bit so that you can see. So that box is to prevent the lid from falling to the front. Alright, I'm just going to change the angle of that video so that you can see. Alright, I've changed the angle of the video so that you can see. As you can see that I also have a laptop on my table. There is a manual or video from Bit Technique or BA Technique. Please refer to the manual when you're doing this. Unless you are a pro, please do not do this without reading the manual. So simply what we are doing here, this is the original power module, and what we're trying to do here is to remove that and to replace with this. Okay, so Patrick, so what Patrick is trying to do here is that cable,
which is the power to the main board there. So, but you only really need to disconnect from the main board. You can probably leave that there because they've given you.
Yes, correct. So can you leave it there?
Yeah, you can leave it there.
And then we can remove the 6 screws.
Sorry,
You're right.
Leave across, and I'll get myself a Phillips head, which is Phillips head screws there. So that one. And so I think there's 6, isn't there?
Yep, I think there's 6.
Just
maybe we have to use your screwdriver. Mine doesn't have a little bit
Phillips head on it, so I'll go that one. And then I'll start here. Probably just have to put a bit of pressure, and there we go. So like that, and which they've got a
so make sure that we keep that.
Yeah. If you had a little magnetic
screwdriver, that will help so that you won't lose it.
Better, but you can lift them up. Like that.
Yeah.
And it has a little earth symbol there. Too.
Yep.
That's the earth to the chassis.
Coming off.
So that will now.
Okay, resume. Yep.
Yep. So that we can put aside.
Yeah, put aside somewhere safe.
So
yeah.
Keep it.
Okay, so all right. So we realized that the washer, that what is meant to be placed above those stands, the PCB stands, comes with the new power supply, but is attached to the protection plate. Right. So we got to remove the protection plate.
Yep. So we can do that.
One fella. That's all right. I've got it. That's all right.
That's
it looks like this. So it's a tiny, tiny little nylon spacer, I call it.
We probably shouldn't have lifted it up.
That's all right. We all learn.
That's right.
Yeah, as you can tell, this is the first time that we are doing it, and we're also learning as we go.
You can place that there. That's the plate.
Yep. So I think we need 4. So you got 2 there.
So there should be another one there.
Another 1. Yep.
And 1 there. And
okay, so you only got.
Let me see.
Okay, I'll just. So I'm going to resume. So yep, there's 4 nylon.
Little nylon washers, which I think they'd be anti-vibration.
Yeah, anti-vibration. I think the idea behind it is to isolate the new power supply PCB board from short-circuiting the chassis. Yeah. I think that's what the purpose is to elevate the ground from that to the chassis. So the ground will be through the cable rather through the PCB. Okay, so watching the video online, the instruction video online, they were saying that the hardest part is to put this nylon washer onto the stand and then lowering that board onto it without moving the
the washer.
washer. So
Yeah.
it could be a few attempts here.
Whoops.
Okay. So there's 6 spacer there, but for the nylon, you only put 4 nylon spacer. These 2 won't be used simply because you see the power supply there. The linear power supply is a huge unit, and there won't be any mounting screws.
Yeah. So you've still got your
Yeah.
4 ends.
Yeah. So I think, Patrick, what we can do is lowering this gently onto this with this orientation where the
That's
IEC
power
is facing
supply.
you. Yep.
In, so just, I think,
Oh, one has dropped. Right. So yeah, it is a bit. Well, it takes a bit of practice, but to lower down the this LPS power supply to sit on the nylon and on the spacer, it does require steady hands a little bit. We have learned from that, Patrick.
Yeah.
So if you have 2 person doing this, I think it's easier.
yeah.
1 person just hold the cable and make sure that that lead's still standing up and not fallen to the front. And I'll have Patrick to
Yep, we'll reassemble.
reassemble, putting back the screws. So there'll be 4 screws.
Which it says to use the original ones.
Yep.
And because I don't have a magnetic end, what you do is...
Okay, I'm gonna play the video. Yep.
So,
Yep. So. Yep.
So,
Okay, so it's nice and secure. And this is, it comes with the new power supply. So according to the video or instruction, you have to probably bend it a little bit so that it forms a curve, something like that. And then we can install it between the main motherboard and the power supply unit.
like that. So you can pop that in, which is that way, like that. So that one in, and it should click.
Click, yep,
Like
that's
that.
a good sound.
And then just bend it over, just hold it, bend it over again, and then that should click.
Yeah,
There you
apparently
go.
that's like a silver tipped,
Yeah,
silver plated cable.
yeah, which have probably upgraded a bit better than the
Yeah.
other ones.
Okay, so before we put back the lid, I think it's best to just have a visual inspection. Make sure there's no loose screws, loose nut, or anything sitting on the PCB. That won't be good when you power up because it might short circuit the unit.
And you can always double check.
Yeah,
the
double check,
screws.
make sure there's no screwdriver in there. You know,
That's
it
right.
can happen.
Yeah.
So and now what we do is we carefully return the lid. Bear in mind the ribbon cable in
Yeah,
front
so it should be just able to
slide it
slip,
back.
and
Yep,
then
and then
into
probably
place.
put 2 screws to secure for now, and then we put back the screws here. So.
But if you look at something from the old days, you would have had to unsolder
Yeah, exactly.
the connection because they never really.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we have insert the screws at the back. So we just have to insert the screws at the bottom.
Yep, and lift it. That.
There, slowly but surely.
Last one in.
Yeah,
and
last one in. So
that's-
make sure that you have 7 screws in
Yep.
and 6 screws at the back in, and we can power up this. So I'll just stop the video and we'll go to the other room, the demo room. All right, thank you for watching, guys. And should you have any question, please contact Groove Audio and we'll look after you. Thanks, Patrick.
No problem.